From WXII 12 News, this is breaking news.
People who are fully vaccinated can do many of the things that we did before the pandemic.
Breaking news, mandatory capacity limits and gathering limits have been lifted here in North Carolina.
Governor Roy Cooper made that enormous announcement just a few hours ago. Social distancing requirements and most mask requirements are being lifted as well.
So we have live team coverage tonight from businesses now making changes to what this means for you as we prepare to return to what life was like before the pandemic. Let's start with our Leanne Denyer, who breaks down the places you'll still have to wear a mask. Leanne?
Yeah, Christine, there are still a few instances where you will still need to wear that mask, but generally speaking, indoors and outdoors, the state says you can forgo the mask. But let's go back to where you still do need a mask. We're especially thinking situations that involve kiddos, so schools, one of the places where you will still need to wear a mask. And Dr. Mandy Cohen explained her rationale behind that, stressing that children are largely unvaccinated and in many cases are not yet eligible to be vaccinated. So at school, childcare facilities, and at camp, masks are still going to be needed. Other places do include public transportation, healthcare settings. We're talking doctor's offices, hospitals, long-term care facilities, as well as prisons and homeless shelters. For all other situations, the governor says masks, capacity caps, and social distancing no longer required. Governor Cooper said that decision to lift the mandates comes following CDC guidance yesterday and the people of North Carolina's compassion for each other by getting vaccinated. Still, the governor urging personal responsibility and for people who are unvaccinated to get their shot.
Even though we have had mandates in place in a number of areas, a lot of what we have done has relied on the personal responsibility of people and of businesses. Today, this order just increases that personal responsibility.
And Cooper and other state leaders did stress the pandemic, it's not over just yet, but they are encouraged by the numbers that they are seeing, by the trends that they are seeing. And again, you just heard it, urging people who have not been vaccinated to get that shot. Another thing that's important to note is that businesses will still have some discretion about whether they want to specifically enforce their own mask mandate. So if you are out and about, you want to be sure to be aware of what the business's rules are going to be. But largely, if you're out and about outdoors, the state says you can forgo your mask. In Winston-Salem, Leanne Denyer, WXII 12 News.
And thank you. More than a year after some businesses had to close because of the pandemic, owners are able to reopen at full capacity. Our Justin Schreier is live tonight at Wise Man Brewing in Winston-Salem. And Justin, they're already preparing for these changes. How's it going?
Hey, Christine, that's right. They have already prepared for those changes here at Wise Man Brewing. You can see once this car decides to move over to the right-hand side, you can see there are a lot of people already here this evening. Things are starting to get back to normal for the most part. The taproom manager here tells me that it is an exciting time and people who are vaccinated are free to move about the taproom without masks, while those who are unvaccinated are asked to wear masks inside to order and while they are moving around the taproom. Dan Rossau with Wise Man says over the coming weeks, they will be gradually working on adding more seating inside and even bar service. He says even though the majority of his staff is vaccinated, they will be required to wear masks and is putting his trust in his customers.
We really encourage everyone to come out and enjoy a cold beer with us. And if you're vaccinated, great. If you're not, please wear a mask. And we really appreciate it, and I know our patrons do.
And coming up at 6 tonight, we're going to move down the road a little bit, and you'll hear from a local restaurant and their reaction as well. Live in Winston-Salem tonight, Justin Schreier, WXII 12 News.
All right, Justin, thank you. The city of Greensboro is following the state's lead and rescinding its mask ordinance. It was put in place last September and required masks be worn within the city limits if you were in contact with other people and you could not socially distance. The city will require everyone to wear masks in all city-owned facilities. By the way, Virginia is lifting its mask mandate starting at midnight.
Charlotte Motor Speedway says thousands and thousands of race fans will be able to sit in the grandstands now that capacity limits have been lifted. Extra tickets will now be available for this weekend's NGK and TK NHRA 4-wide nationals, as well as the Memorial Day weekend Coca-Cola 600 in the NASCAR Cup Series. Fans also will not be required to wear masks outside under these new orders. The Speedway says fans who have not been vaccinated are still encouraged to wear a mask. The single-dose Johnson & Johnson vaccine will be available on site through Atrium Health at no cost for anyone 18 and up.
More tickets are available for tonight's Classic Country concert at the Winston-Salem Fairgrounds. The event featuring John Michael Montgomery had sold out earlier today, but organizers say they're able to open up new upper level seats because social distancing is no longer required. So lower level seats are set up to give ticket holders the social distancing they were promised. You can buy a ticket online or at the ticket office. And you can watch the entire announcement from the governor and Dr. Cohen right now on the WXII 12 Facebook page. And you can also read the governor's entire executive order on WXII12.com.
Local infectious disease expert Dr. Christopher Ohl says as we move forward, not everyone is in the same boat. He is asking people to be respectful of businesses that still require masks and people who still choose to wear them to protect themselves and others.
I support indoor masking when you have mixed populations of unvaccinated and vaccinated people. Until we hit that magic number of herd immunity, or close to it, the unvaccinated cohort are vulnerable, and we need to help protect them. Masking is the way to do it, and the best way to do it.
Health experts and state leaders say the best way you can protect yourself is to get the COVID-19 vaccine, one of the 3 currently available in this country. Right now in our state, 51.2% of folks here have gotten at least 1 shot, and nearly 46% is now considered fully vaccinated, at least 2 weeks removed from their final dose. People as young as 12 can now get the shot. That was the big news from the FDA just a couple of days ago. To find a vaccination site near you, which could be less than 5 miles from your front door, head to our website, WXII12.com.
As we head into the weekend, we are still seeing long lines at some gas stations who are waiting for fuel to arrive and resupply their empty tanks. Colonial Pipeline is working to get fully back up and running after a cyber attack shut it down for 6 days. Now, according to 2 sources, Colonial Pipeline paid ransom to the group identified as DarkSide that carried out the attack. Colonial Pipeline and President Joe Biden have declined to comment. Meantime, the number of price gouging complaints across North Carolina continues to go up. There have been more than 600 reports filed with the state attorney general's office. Now, if you think you've seen an example of a gas station overcharging, file a report with the attorney general's office. You can find out how to do that on WXII12.com.
Happening now, Winston-Salem police are trying to find the people responsible for a deadly shooting in the city. A woman died and a man was hurt. This happened last night. Officers found 53-year-old Tina Nicholson shot dead inside a home on Ridgeback Drive. Investigators believe the suspects drove up to the home, got out, and started firing. They tell us at least 4 different guns were used in this. A 20-year-old man was also shot. Police believe he was hurt by a fellow suspect. Investigators think that the home was specifically targeted, but they're trying to determine whether the victim was the intended target at the home.
And new at 5 o'clock, banned for a decade, but now back. Earmarks are allowing members of Congress to direct how federal tax dollars are spent back home. Once vilified for corruption and wasteful spending, new safeguards are designed to change all of that. Bill O'Neill spoke to one of our local congresswomen about her plans for federal money.
I reached out to all 4 of our local representatives in Congress, but only Greensboro Democrat Kathy Manning has applied for earmarks in the current budget. Manning has earmarked nearly $100 million for 19 projects in her district. They include everything from electric buses to one-on-one tutoring for students who suffered learning loss during the pandemic.
I'm really hoping this is a way for members of Congress to bring the needs of the community to Washington and then bring back to our communities the assistance that our federal government can provide.
Earmarks were once synonymous with corruption and secretive deals that led to wasteful spending. Today, they come with new safeguards and transparency. UNCG political scientist David Holian says earmarks are misunderstood.
People think that when a project is earmarked in an appropriations bill, that somehow that means extra money is spent. That is usually not the case.
Olian says lawmakers are now required to take responsibility for their earmarks. Lawmakers like Manning have them posted on her website. They include financial disclosures, certifying that they and their families have no financial interest in the project.
And I don't know whether you've had a chance to look at the projects we've submitted, but I think they're great projects.
Manning doesn't expect all 19 earmarked projects will win approval. Give me one or two that you would really like to bring home.
In Greensboro, there is an innovation project that would clean up a section of our downtown.
The targeted area is Elm Street south of Gate City Boulevard. Manning's earmark seeks $5 million.
It would make that section of Elm Street ready for development, ready for projects, and it would clean up an area and attract new business to an area that really needs that.
In Winston-Salem, Manning has earmarked $4.5 million for sidewalks along Silas Creek Parkway, connecting Forsyth Tech to a nearby shopping district. And in High Point, Manning has a $3 million earmark to transform the former Brentwood School into a shelter and day center for the city's homeless.
I know our district, I know the 6th district better than others in Washington.
Members of Congress do know what needs fixing in their districts better than most other people.
I asked Manning if she expects her opponent in the next election to use earmarks against her. She told me she expects that whoever that candidate is will throw everything they have against her. In Greensboro, Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.